What place is the district trending? Who is this? I don't want nothing that's just fake.
Go get it.
Is Long Crime saying that? Because
in YMW Melly's case about his release date. It would read, a second bond hearing for YMW Melly has been set for Tuesday, May 6, 2025. Melly's attorney, Raven Liberty, will be presenting the argument for the rap star's bond. However, a lawyer sitting inside of the courtroom would write, Judge Fiend in the Melly case looks to be seriously contemplating a dismissal. He looks pissed, and the state continues to act like a penalty case is a petty annoyance, not observing orders, not preparing for hearings. But this was all planned by the prosecutors, as this is when the prosecutors did the worst thing imaginable by laying out the groundwork to have YMW Bortland snitch against YMW Melly. The prosecutors just sent in paperwork to have Bortland and Melly tried together. This is all for one specific reason.
Issue here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
As it's common sense, if YMW Bortland knows that he didn't commit the serious crime, he won't physically be able to sit there and take life in prison to the chin, making it very likely he'll then point the finger against Melly and say what really happened to Sack Chaser and Juvie. As what you didn't know is that Melly's lawyers already tried pinning this against Bortland in the original trial.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with two bodies, a car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
That's Melly's own lawyer revealing that it was YMW Bortland that had been lying to the feds. He was the one with powder residue on his hands, which comes out of a firearm, and he was the last one that was with Sack Chaser and Juvie. They even went as far as to bringing up a forensic scientist that covered the passings to go into further detail about Bortland having the powder residue.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of hot residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of hot residue and 1 2-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was hot residue present on the hands.
As YMW Bortland already wanted to get revenge as soon as that court day ended, which is why when Melly's mistrial was granted, a report shared, YMW Bortland tweets a mysterious message on the same day Melly's mistrial was declared. The tweet shared, "Mind games don't work on people like me," alongside a handshake emoji as if he's accepting some sort of deal, likely being advised by his lawyers to remain silent and allow Melly's sentencing to play out first.
So, Lance, looking at your...
damn.
Did you know a massive update was just revealed in Madness for the passing of their 2 best friends? That money would be funneled through the bank account, then distributed to each member of YMW. However, Sackchaser and Juvie sat back and collected a cut of the money while doing zero work, which YMW Melly didn't want to do anymore. But when you pair this with the evidence also found on Melly's phone, this is where it gets very bad. He would send a text message hours after the crime, literally admitting to it.
The PZ Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YMW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
But also found on Melly's phone was a saved video from somebody's Facebook Live, where it shows Melly and Bortland's reaction to the crime only 6 hours after it was committed.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Showing not even an ounce of sadness for the passing of their two best friends. But what you didn't...
I think out of everything in the case, I think that part was crazy. This part, when they showed this, I'm like, this nigga do look mad happy though.
No, is there something even scarier occurring behind the scenes? The prosecutors taking their sweet time delivering evidence against Melly is all a part of a very secure plan. They found disturbing evidence in Melly's ex-girlfriend's Mariah iCloud account. This relates to Melly forcing her to not testify in the original trial, which is known as witness tampering, as this carries a life sentence in prison regardless if Melly actually took out Sackchaser and Juvie.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
Seeing as Melly already had 1 mistrial, there is an actual possibility of YMW Melly being found not guilty for Sackchaser and Juvie passing away. However, if they have strong evidence relating Melly telling his ex-girlfriend not to testify and is guilty of the witness tampering charges, he will be sentenced to life in prison regardless if he's found guilty or not. This is a separate court case from the original. This means more lawyer fees, as Mariah was arrested when entering the United States just last month. She made an agreement with the judge that she will testify against Melly in the next trial as long as she could be released from jail, and she accepted. She would then write on her Facebook, "Into my village, thank you to my village. I love you all so much, God's plan, not mine," as she allegedly didn't like how this was broadcasted on the local news.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demmons' first trial in 2023.
As the scariest part is, the feds, they've already confirmed they have the evidence. Due to his witness tampering, YMW Melly hasn't been allowed to use a phone in jail for the last few months. It even got so bad, his mother Jamie King did an interview exposing the county jail for not allowing her son to use a phone.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
But if the evidence is true that Melly's been using the jail phones to commit witness tampering, that's why they stopped him from using it. They must have the actual evidence stored away. They wouldn't keep him off of the phones if it was just a hunch. They have concrete evidence. Due to this, Jamie King would reveal she's absolutely heartbroken for her son. She feels helpless as he's not even being treated like a human.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
But what else do we know about YMW Melly's mother? As it was announced, YMW Melly's mom trends after she announces she started a fans account while he stands trial, to then being featured on an interview speaking on why she did it and how much money she made.
Why did you decide to break the internet the other day? You're saying that you're YMW Melly's mom and you're about to hit.
That's how, like, I don't want to put a damper on bro's situation, but that's how I feel, chat. Like, Dior said, YMW ain't getting out, let's be real. Like, that's how it feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, after they had the mistrial, the first mistrial or whatever, or the first hung jury, then now they're like, I guess the prosecutors can, like, do a speedy trial for the next one. So now he doesn't have to wait like 2-3 years. Like, they have to like present the new case within a year. He's still behind bars. You know what I mean? So I feel like if they have another mistrial or whatever the case is, he's going to be able to get out. But I feel like they're going to try him again, and they're going to use the girlfriend to stick it to him. Because she was the one that was hiding. You know what I'm saying? She was hiding behind the whole situation. She wasn't trying to testify. So she went on the run low key.
Fans.
Why not? You make money while you sleep. And, I turned 40 this year. Why not do something crazy?
Did you start it yet, though?
What? My only? Yeah.
How much you made the first day? I just need to know the first day.
The first day was pretty
longer than that. He got arrested in 2019. So imagine that 2019 get arrested and you get your trial finally, and then boom, you low-key kind of beat it, and now you're still in jail. Like, it's crazy.
Pretty epic. It was pretty epic.
Give me a ballpark figure.
Like 40-ish, 50.
One day?
Day one.
This would end up taking the internet by storm. Even DJ Academics had to say,
so YMW Melly's mom has announced that she's going to be starting to own. And I got to be honest with y'all, man. Like, this is perplexing. The reason why it's perplexing is because I can't understand why she's doing this. Your son is fighting for his life. How much, there's certain mothers in hip hop, and you probably could name a few, I won't name all of them, that I feel like their son became stars, but they also wanted to be stars as well. Blueface's mom is one of them. The situation between Melly's mom and Melly, I always thought was interesting, but I never thought she'd be doing this. If you're wondering if she's doing this for money, this can't be a money play. Like, no way, no how.
As while Academics claims it's not about the money,
it's because the government really wants him in, and no one beating the government. That's a fact. Like, that's a fact. If they really want you, like, they gonna try every single thing to get you in that joint. Facts.
Money, social
facts, Dior.
Media would disagree. Fans would begin investigating and would find a No Jumper interview from 2 years ago with Adam, B. Slime, and Jamie King, where Adam would tell Melly's mother he imagines Melly has spent a lot of money on lawyers. While she would sit back and begin giggling, his own brother YMW B. Slime would call out his brother for dumb purchases.
I would assume
that
he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry and you're not here to wear the jewelry?
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend
That's
money
what
on.
bro. But he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, there was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like he don't even want to change no more.
But after further investigation, some fans believe Melly's mother's also making this income to support the second court case of the witness tampering charge. It's important to note what Jamie King has been going through, having to watch her.
Shorty had YMW Melly at 14, bro. She had her son at 14 years old. It's crazy.
Her own son go through a trial to this extent, especially being alleged to have committed this serious of a crime, as the fans account could also just be an outlet for her to get her mind off of her son's trial, as we all saw during the original trial, Melly having to ask her several times if she's okay.
Sorry.
Sheesh. Ooh, man. Telling his mama to smile, man. Bruh. She fighting with him, though. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that's clear. She's definitely fighting with him to try to get him out of jail, man. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Woo. I see this right here, the Diddy.
Here he is now.
Hi. Y'all think Diddy getting out? Y'all think Diddy got...